And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be doing the level 87 physical ranged role quest in Final Fantasy XIV. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So we are here in the Domin Enclave at 6.6, and we need to talk to Yugiri. The quest is called Home No Longer. There is work to be done, yet Yugiri appears reluctant to take action. So at Mithrie, if you are to come to ask after the blasphemy, I have naught to share. As of yet, our shinobi have seen no sight of the beast. The returnees, however, are all accounted for, and Lord Heian has seen them safely to the Cane Can. As such, he is presently assisting with the hunt. For a blessing, there has been no reports of other villagers turning, and yet, before the situation takes a turn for the worse, there is a matter I feel warrants further investigation. Kisei, though a villager of Isari, I suspect that she may in fact hail from my home, Sol no Sato. Knowing they would be loath to answer my inquiries, I entreated the Kojin to contact Suno Sato in my stead. To hear of it, Princess Kurene has made great strides in establishing stronger ties with the outside world. At mention of Kisei, however, their cordial warmth turns strangely cold. If we are to learn more, I fear that we have little choice but to go and speak with the people of Sunasato ourselves. A simple visit for you, I imagine, but my banishment complicates matters. That said, it has been many years since I left home. Were I to disguise myself, I might well go unnoticed in your company, if you are willing to take the risk. So, thank you. Let us make for Onokaro then. It's like she just wants to wear a disguise. She said it for like 2 quests now. Okay, let's go to Onokaro. Okay, we caught up with Yugiri. Let's talk to her. I mean, it's not much of a disguise. You can still tell it's her. At least wear a cape. So, the garments I wore when we first met, sufficient, I think, to conceal my identity? Or a hood or something. How many years has it been since I last saw home? I am a shinobi of Doma, aye. But even as a child, I sought to ensure the safety and survival of Sunosato. I was quite bold in those days, if not a touch reckless, and together with the other children, I often ventured beyond the borders of home. We yearned for adventure, and so one day we sought to behold the wonders of Doma. Imagine our horror to discover a city of ruin and ash, Imperial soldiers marching through the streets. We fled at the sight, but in my haste I lost my way in the bamboo groves. It was there that I first met a young boy named Shun, a sweaty mess as he swung his wooden sword with reckless abandon, training to fulfill his duty as a samurai, he said. Having seen the destruction of which the Empire was capable, I too felt the need to protect my home. I joined him in his exercises, and every day my resolve to protect those I love grew. Sadly, my elders refused to listen. They were content to remain hidden beneath the waves, and hopefully the Empire's notice. With a heavy heart, I left in search of the strength I believe we sorely needed, and I fought it as a shinobi. But the people feared war and conflict would follow on my heels should I return. I did not begrudge them for their decision, nor do I regret mine own. Part of me is overjoyed at the thought of seeing home again, openly defying the wishes of the Ruby Princess. However, would bode ill for my family. They have suffered enough for my transgressions. That is why, for their sake, I would remain naught but a faithless shinobi at your employ. Thank you. With that in mind, let us make for Tsunosato. Okay, so she is wearing a face mask. So, all the years, yet naught appears to have changed since the day I left. But now is not the time to reminisce. We have work to do. Kisei's departure for Tsunosato was likely decades ago. Perhaps the village elders will know why she chose to leave. Yugiri is now accompanying you. Okay. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been here. Okay, so we need to go to the south side of town. We probably went the longest way possible, which is typical of me. Since you... Here, can we go up here? The elders be up there. Oh no, down there. So, Kisei, the name sounds familiar, and yet, apologies, friend, my memory is not what it once was. Let us seek out another. Okay. I think I did go the longest possible way. I could have just taken a left, and I went all the way right. That's so me. So, it has been quite some time since I last heard that name. She was a priestess of the village, banished after drawing the ire of the former Rupee princess. What has become of her after all these years, I wonder? Please, is there anything else you can tell us? Yugiri was quite close with her, if memory serves. Perhaps you should seek her out. Oh, sorry, Yanagi, Yugiri. Mother, I had hoped to avoid my parents, but if there is no other way, Mithrie, might I ask that you take the lead? Okay, so let's talk to Yugiri's parents. It's good to see you again. To what do we owe the honor of your visit? Okay, Sai, yes, we were close, but that was a long, long time ago. Still, if I can be of assistance to the woman to whom we owe so much, I will share all I know. Kisai was born to a family of priests, and even at an early age, she was possessed of extraordinary abilities. Much was expected of her, but everything changed the day that she said that she could speak with the dead. No one believed her at first, but she continued to insist that she could, and strove to prove it by demonstrating knowledge well beyond her years, knowledge of events to which she could not have been privy. Word of her talent eventually reached the Rupee Princess, and she was summoned to Shusei of the Violet Tides for a private audience. Isn't that a dungeon? No one knows what Kisei said to her in the palace, only that the princess was incandescent with rage and ordered her exile forthwith. Some believe Kisei revealed a terrible secret to the royal house, or perhaps spoke a blatant falsehood that proved her a liar. Indeed, the knowledge she claimed to divine from the dead was not always truthful, but who is to say that the dead would know the truth or not seek to deceive? Thus could we never be certain if it was simply a fantasy or a power divine. The one thing that is certain is that no small number of people found comfort in her words. Would that I could tell you more, but sadly I have not seen or spoken with Kasai since her banishment. Forgive me, but have we met your companion before? She looks familiar. I believe this is the first time our humble shinobi has visited Tsunosato. I imagine she does, considering she's... you could not possibly know me. I am but a lowly shinobi of Doma. Offimore. Probably recognize her voice. Being a shinobi, I presume that you have heard tales of Yugiri Mistwalker. Should you chance to meet her, may I ask you to deliver her a message? Tell her that her mother and father love her, that we could not be more proud of her. Oh. I will. I have no doubts that she feels the same, and not as a day goes by without you in her force. She knows full well who she is. So, I believe we have heard enough. Shall we return to Onokara? Okay, let's talk to Yugiri. I mean, I kind of gave you away. So my apologies for placing you in so peculiar a situation. Though I must confess, it did my heart good to see my mother and father well. All the more reason I must do all I can to keep the peace, as a shinobi of Doma, or as a member of the Eastern Alliance. Mayhap there will come a day when the Tsunosato opens to the world, a day when Yugiri Mistwalker can be reunited with her mother and father. Would that Lord Heian could be afforded the same opportunity? For Lord Kaon and Lady Mina have long since passed. Two of too many lives lost in the Imperial occupation. I cannot imagine he would ever succumb to despair, but make no mistake, Lord Heian knows the pain of his people all too well. I can see it in his eyes, and if I may be honest, it troubles me at times. But perhaps I have said too much. Come, we mustn't keep him waiting. Okay, let's go back to the Dominant Enclave and talk to Heian. Okay, we're back at the Dominant Enclave. Let's talk to Heian. So, welcome back. I trust that your journey proved an enlightening one. So she does. In fact, hail from Tsunosato, and you say that she has possessed these divine gifts since childhood. Genuine or no, the people believe her, and more flock to her side with every passing day. But the returnees are safe at the Kain camp, its defences bolstered. As for the blasphemy, I have spoken with our Confederate allies, among others, and together we will establish a network of contacts across the length and breadth of Doma to take up the search in earnest. Mark my words, we will find it. Cool. Alright, so anyway guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie. Bye guys.